All right, so now for this bell ringer, it sounds very similar to one that we had previously, but it's a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you and then you figure it out afterwards. A student placed 2 grams of baking soda in a balloon and 100 milliliters of vinegar in an iron flask. The mass of all materials was 180.34 grams prior to the investigation. After stretching the opening of the balloon across the neck of the flask, the student raised it to dump baking soda into the flask, just like you see here, okay? What we have previously done before. Mixing the baking soda with vinegar, okay? He immediately observed foaming bubbles in the flask. Foaming bubbles in this flask. And the balloon began to expand, okay? The student found the mass of all materials was still 180.34 grams after the investigation. Again, go back to the law of conservation of mass. And here, the only difference between the previous Bellringer that we've had is that they are specifically saying, hey, the mass of prior to the experiment is the same as the mass after the experiment. Why? Because of the law conservation of mass. Even if you mix those two substances together, yes, it's going to look totally different, right? But even if a chemical reaction has occurred, again, it does not mean that mass or matter was created nor destroyed. Okay? So notice that. Notice that when you're answering these questions, and make sure to answer and justify your answer. Why is it that you picked that answer?